Now, let me say this slow because some people still seem to think this is all political theater. If you fly into the United States, your name is already being scanned. And if ICE thinks you're deportable, the airport just became the trap.
This should scare the hell out of you. The Trump administration has quietly ordered U.S. airports to hand over the name of every single passenger to ICE. Not suspects, not people with warrants, everyone. The TSA is now feeding ICE passenger lists multiple times a week, and ICE is cross-checking those names against deportation databases, meaning if you fly, your name is scanned. If ICE thinks you might be deportable, the airport becomes the trap. This started in March. No public announcement, no vote, no warning. And they're already using it. A 19-year-old freshman was arrested at Boston Logan Airport and deported to Honduras. She was brought to the U.S. when she was 7. She didn't know she was deportable. Her family didn't know. She found out at the airport. Another woman was arrested in Salt Lake City the exact same way. This isn't about terrorists. This isn't about violent crime. This is mass surveillance of travelers repurposed for immigration enforcement. And here's the part that should really get you. TSA was never supposed to be involved in immigration enforcement. Ever. That line just disappeared. DHS says this is about stopping undocumented people from flying, unless it's out of the country.
This is the part nobody on the left wants to talk about, right? TSA, the same system built after 9/11, is now being used to cross-check passenger lists with ICE databases. That means routine travel just turned into enforcement. You don't get stopped at the border anymore. The border comes to you, my boy. And here's the key point nobody can argue with. This isn't random. This isn't racial. This is database driven. If your name flags, you're done, son. I mean, over. End. And once enforcement goes quiet and digital like this, you start seeing it show up in places you probably thought were untouchable.
Hey, don't pee, man. Yeah, I'm escorting you. I'm escorting you. Don't worry. I'm escorting you. Show you the way, sir. Show you the way. There you go.
Notice where this happens. During the raid, I said during the raid, my fault. Not during the raid, I meant to say, not during the traffic stop. This is outside of immigration court. Me trying to multitask and get the screens. Y'all know how this go. Yeah, this is outside immigration court, the place people were told was safe. Now, we know from all the ICE videos we've done for years, the message was show up, comply, play by the rules, and nothing bad will happen. That era is over. Done. Now, compliance doesn't mean protection. It means location confirmed. And if you still think, time alone protects you, this next clip kills that idea completely.
Was told to do for 23 years, and this is the first time that anything like this has ever happened.
New at 5, a 77-year-old man now in ICE detention after he was taken into custody without warning during what loved ones thought was a routine appointment. Welcome back. I'm Michelle Fisher.
I'm Mark Brown. This is Eyewitness News at 5:30. That man has lived in the U.S. for more than 60 years, and he was detained by ICE. His family wants answers. Here's more.
That man showed up here to the Santa Ana ICE field office for an appointment yesterday when his family says he was detained without warning. They're scared for his safety because they say he has complex medical needs.
He came on a student visa.
Olia Maj says her father, Kazem, came to the United States from Iran in 1965 when he was a teenager. He's now 77 years old, living in San Diego, and has called America home for the past 60 years.
I've never looked at him as any other way than just being an American.
It's why news of his ICE detainment Thursday came as a shock.
You feel helpless. You have no control.
He was issued a green card, and family says they aren't aware of any criminal past. But 23 years ago, Olia says her father's green card was revoked after a legal issue involving finances. He was then required to check in with ICE every year.
He did that for 23 years, every year, never missed a check-in, and there were no issues.
Until now, 1 month ago, during that annual check-in, Majd, who is now battling a serious and progressive rare chronic liver disease, was asked to provide medical records. He did and was told to come back to the Santa Ana field office this week. His family assumed it was to confirm information provided by his doctors. Instead, he was detained.
It was just really sad, and he just heard me crying and he said, don't cry. You know, to me, he's more worried like about me. But I told him I'm going to do everything I can.
Majd is now being held at the Adelanto Detention Center. Olia says his complex medical needs include daily medications, frequent MRIs, and ongoing specialist care. Fearful how the conditions inside the facility will impact his fragile state.
He can be monitored if that's what it is, but just please allow him to come home. I'm so scared for him.
We have reached out to ICE for comment, but so far we haven't heard back. In Santa Ana, Bianca Bono, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Now, this is where the emotional argument usually kicks in, right? 60 years, family here, health issues. He checks in every year, right? And listen, none of that is fake, but here's the truth that people keep dodging. Time does not cancel status. If time alone made someone legal, we wouldn't need immigration law at all. You know, this case proves something important. The government is no longer pretending that overstays, age into citizenship. They don't. And when enforcement tightens like this, the next question becomes quite simple. What happens when people, attempt to stop it?
It's great you live there.
I live here.
Okay, fantastic. One place to vehicle and door. Open the car.
No.
Huh?
I have my rights.
That's what we're doing. You're under arrest for impeding. You just blocked our vehicle. Hey! Put that in drive. Huh? I'm gonna leave it like that, dude. Fuck it.
I can't really make out what they're saying either, y'all.
What's up?
Your guy in the car, he's telling you to go. He's telling you. Hey, you guys should, what neighborhood you should go to? I'm letting you know. Don't come here. Everyone's a hardworking Mexican. You should go to Pilsen and all those neighborhoods that have gang members. Those have gang members. Oh, I live in 7219 West 61st Place. My name is Myra Mary. So if you want to talk to my probation officer, because I ain't afraid.
Let him take the car. We'll just take her. No, he said he was going to take the car. That's the brother. He's going to take the car.
Might be hard to hear, but I can tell you it's a lot of FAFO happening right now.
My sister.
Now, this clip matters for one reason. It answers the question, what happens if you interfere? Not protest, not post, physically interfere. Now, we've seen people get away with it, but lately, the answer is real simple. You get arrested, or you should, if you didn't. Not debated with, not reasoned with, charged. This isn't activism anymore. That's criminal obstruction when you do that. When obstruction turns physical, when it turns physical, the consequences, they jump pretty fast. Y'all see this? Yeah. Now you're not dealing with immigration law. You're dealing with federal charges. Let me go ahead and break this down a little bit. Mm-hmm. Read that. I'll read it. U.S.-based Nigerian couple arrested over alleged kidnapping of ICE agent in Minnesota during attempted arrest for overstaying visa. Like I said, now you're dealing with immigration law. I mean, you're not dealing with immigration law. You're dealing with federal charges. This is the escalation phase that I told y'all about just a second ago. Once an agent's safety is involved, the conversation is over. No narrative saves you. No hashtag protects you. This is what people find out. Too late, might I add, that ICE is not a symbolic power. It's real. These people, man, they just never get it. Now, this next clip breaks the narrative completely.
So if you are a naturalized citizen like myself, or a green card holder, but you don't have a job, you don't do anything, you become a welfare drama queen or a broke ass bum, your citizenship and immigrant status needs to be revoked and you need to be sent back, okay? Of course, if you're illegal aliens, you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to be sent back. And I am calling for Secretary Kristi Noem to look at Ilhan Omar's fake marriage certificate. So she fucking like married to her brother in order to stay in the United States. That's bullshit. I'm also begging the IRS to look into Ilhan Omar's $30 million. How in the fuck she got $30 million? What kind of skills does she got? What did she do? Besides being like a Somali representative. It's cool, y'all. God bless America, okay?
Like I said, that clip, it breaks the narrative completely, because this isn't coming from a politician. It's not coming from, a white conservative, right? It's coming from a neutralized citizen saying, if you abuse the system, you shouldn't be here. It don't matter if it was a black conservative either, for the record. That's not racism. That's accountability. Well, I guess the reason why I did say white conservative, I feel I need to explain myself, is because of the rhetoric against, anti-white men and the white men are destroying. So, yeah, there we go. But again, that's not racism. That's accountability. And notice how fast the left goes silent when immigrants say, this part out loud. Which brings us to the mindset behind the resistance. Oh, no.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
I know that's right.
So I had to go.
Ugh. And now you understand the disconnect. While enforcement is tightening, while laws are being enforced, while consequences are returning, you got Jasmine Crockett out here crocketing. This isn't leadership. This is ideological rot. They talk, communities deal with the fallout, and then they blame enforcement for cleaning it up. Here's the reality, whether people like it or not. My mind just merges words together. The system didn't suddenly turn cruel. It stopped pretending. Airports aren't neutral anymore. Courts aren't shields anymore. Time doesn't erase status. Interference, it's going to bring charges, all right? And, the reason the left can't stop this, the Democrats are all in a panic, and because of this, because none of it violates the law. This isn't chaos. This is order returning. And now enforcement is, now that enforcement is quiet, efficient, and legal, the only thing louder than that are the protests that we see. Well, not even that. The only thing louder than protests is the silence when it works. Y'all be safe. If you made it to the end of this video, almost left too quick. This is the first video of the day. I'm just waking up, hearing happy, but I'm happy, pocket full of dough. So I get all these little, hiccups and all that, but, we don't edit. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to put order has returned. Y'all be safe. Go check on a friend today. Can quite literally be saving their life. And I'm going to finish loading up so I can talk proper.